You know, I meant to hell with it. I'm fucking sick of waiting on that shit. Welcome back to Keyboard Warriors, presented by Cageside Press. We haven't been back in a fucking minute. We've been everywhere, busy as shit, traveling around the goddamn globe. This fucking dude was seeing all kinds of Asia. First of all, tell the people, how the fuck was Thailand, dude? Because that is just dope.
Bro, Thailand was fucking amazing. Like we were saying just before we just went on live. It's not as cheap as you would think it is. Like you can fuck around and blow a lot of money if you're not careful, but by far my favorite place that I've been to so far. I wouldn't speak for all of Asia because I just went to Thailand, a couple places in Thailand, but Thailand itself was fucking amazing. Well, I even went and caught some live Muay Thai fights, which I gotta say we didn't really talk about that before we went live, but I will say that shit was super fucking dope, bro. Like what made the live Muay Thai fight so cool was like the massive amount of attention they paid to the culture and tradition. Like every fighter, when they came to the ring, they fucking walked around, they fucking kneeled, they did a whole little hoopla. They had the live, I feel weird saying live band because it ain't like it was fucking two dicks from Tool, which I cannot fucking wait to break down what happened this weekend. But they were constantly playing the live music that you always hear in the background at these live Muay Thai events. That's like a live band that's constantly playing that shit throughout the whole night. But it really drives home the ambiance in the arena. It was fucking super fucking dope. Top fucking 5 experiences all time for me, man.
I seriously want to go over just to catch, just to watch Muay Thai fights, like you said, the culture around it. They wear all the traditional everything, and then the music before the start, everyone goes in there and they pay homage and tribute and everything like that. It's that all that culture stuff is what I'm super interested in. Besides the fight, right? But that's gonna be dope, man, for sure.
And I will say, in the building, it was super dope. Like you walk in and they help you get your seat. The building was really small, actually. So any fucking seat in the arena was a really good seat. But then like the people, like, you know, here, I don't know exactly how they do it there, but like here, when you go to a big arena, you have like people who like I think they're called ushers or whatever. They help you find your seat. So these cats help you find your seat, and then they give you a fucking menu with the alcohol and the food. Saying, Jack, I ordered some fucking cheesy chicken fingers and a bunch of fucking drinks. We gave it to the little broad with some fucking cash. Down the way she goes, she comes back with all of our shit. Like they bring it right fucking to you. I'm like, this is fucking brilliant. Back home, you got to go stand in fucking line and carry it back and all that bullshit. Gave her a little bread and she went right back and got it. It was fucking amazing.
That is awesome, dude. I love that. This, you know, what do they call it? The spirit of service, or whatever you want to call it. When it comes to,
big time.
That's big time. All right. Well, speaking of big time, we'll start off with we could talk Noche, but let's talk about Canelo, dude. Canelo.
We got to start there. We got to start there.
What a fucking fight, dude. I didn't expect them to be fun. I didn't expect Crawford to be like, all right, bitch, phone booth fighting, motherfucker, let's go. Every time Canelo landed on him, that dude would block and return fire. It was the wildest shit. What did you take away from the fight itself? Because to me, I don't know who I could say is better than Crawford, honestly. And I'm a Canelo fan. That guy's from my hometown. Straight up.
Okay, so there was a weird part of me that fucking sort of seen this one coming. We haven't done a show in a long time, so I didn't get a chance to fucking, of course, the one time I get a fucking prediction right, I'm not there. I know that fucking Crawford was moving up like fucking 3 or 4 weight classes. It's basically the equivalent for any of your our fans out there that are just strictly MMA fans. It's essentially like a 35er. So what we have, that's like Marab moving up and fighting Jack De La Maddalena, for fuck's sake. It's like a 35er moving all the way up and fighting the guy at 70. It was 68, I think, was the boxing match, but still, you close as fucking enough. So just to put in perspective what Bud was up against, I just feel like personally, I'll be honest, I thought he was going to knock Canelo out. And the only reason I realized Canelo's got the iron chin, so on and so forth, but the reason I had that weird feeling was because now I know that Bud's actually older than Canelo too, but I just feel like Canelo had a lot of fucking miles on the tank. It was giving to me, and now again, it's not quite apples to apples because it was giving Max Holloway, Ilie Topuria for me. Now, the reason I say that, because going into that fight, everybody was like, I know Illie's knocking everybody out, but there's no way he's going to knock out Max. Max has never been dropped. He's got the best chin in MMA. And they weren't lying. He did. Yeah. But he's towards the end of his career. You get the best chin in a sport by people fucking testing said chin.
Yep.
The reason we all know that Canelo has an iron fucking chin is because people knocked the dog shit out of him. Triple G's knocked the dog shit out of him. Hell, we seen that he still has that fucking chin. I was wrong about that. But I just thought that maybe the time was up for Canelo. That being said, Crawford did look fucking fantastic. I do think that Canelo's not quite what I would call old, but I think he's a bit shop worn. He's just been through a lot of wars. He's been in a lot of fights. I think his age is starting to show a little bit, to be completely fair. And I'll be honest with you. I didn't think the fight was great. I didn't think it was bad. It was a good fight. But so let me rephrase that. I did think the fight was great, but that's because of who Canelo is, who Crawford is, what Crawford was trying to accomplish, the fact that he was doing it. Because of who they were and what the stakes were, the fight was good. But if those were just two random fucking Joe Jackson and Shitbird McGee, that would have been a solid 6.5, 7.5 of a fight. There was a couple rounds where they started getting after it, but this was no Hagler Hearns. Make no fucking mistake about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Great fight, high level shit. But, Canelo barely had a swollen cheek, and the only cut that Crawford had come from an accidental headbutt that Canelo had. So, at the end of the day, it wasn't exactly a barn burner, but a really, really high level. It was a fun boxing match. I'm definitely going to. It wasn't a letdown in any way.
No, honestly, and Luke Thomas put it the best way I could even phrase it. It was a master class. Like in fucking parallels. It wasn't competitive. Canelo did jack. I agree. I think it was mostly us going like, holy shit, Crawford is doing this right now. But I don't understand why people were so surprised. If you've seen Bud Crawford fight before, you knew he could do something like that. Now, we were trying to see if he could avoid the big shots from Canelo. He did perfect with that. He barely got hit clean. Barely. And then whenever he landed heavy and the crowd was like, ooh. If you look at the replay, guard. He hit elbows. He ain't hit fucking chin, nothing.
I mean, you can look at Crawford's face afterwards. I mean, he wasn't. Again, he had a little cut from the headbutt, but he wasn't. Yeah, he looked like he barely had worked out hard. Like, quite frankly, it looked kind of easy. Like, I'm not the biggest boxing fan in the world, but the fight before this was Crawford's biggest move up in weight until this one. I think it was 54, if I'm not mistaken. And I think the cat's name was like Matramov or something. I think it was one of these fucking European type pricks or something. But that fight was a lot harder on Bud and closer, in my opinion, than fucking this one.
By the way, what's the name of this fucking one? It's a box rec. Eat a dick. Why do I have to sign in to fucking see his record? You fucking dude.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ.
Stupid. Yeah. That's the thing about boxing media. That's why I think a lot of them suck. Because they just stick up their ass, pretentious motherfuckers. All right, let me see. I'm trying to find out who. Let's see. Yeah, Madrimov, Israel Madrimov.
Yeah, there you go.
August last year. This dude named Crawford ain't fought since August last year, and came in looked like he just fought 2 days ago. Fucking clean.
Yeah. I bet he's just a vet, dog. He's a vet and an animal. So I think when you're at that level, if your body's right physically and stuff, he knows how to do this. To be fair, I don't think Crawford you know what I mean? Like he ain't learning much at this point in camp. He's just getting his body right. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to fucking box. Like, he ain't learning no more tricks at this point in the fucking game. Like, he just needs to make sure he's right physically. And seems like he takes care of his body right and shit. So
100%.
Good to go. Yeah.
So the Muay Thai talk. Hey, appreciate you, man. Homeboy, you got to see him live and shit. That was pretty cool. I was gonna say no. So as far as Canelo goes, man, like it just seemed like he was relieved to lose. Is that a weird way to put it? He looked he was almost like he got to exhale for the first time in how many ever years. Like the pressure of being the lineal super middleweight champion, it'll get to anybody. He's 35 years old, man. Like at some point, he already said before, I want to be done at 37. I want to retire and do whatever the fuck. And he just fought a 37-year-old to whoop his ass.
Honestly, in a weird way, this was actually the best thing that could have happened to Canelo.
Yeah.
Because now, yes, for the first time in forever, Canelo has no belts. Whoopity fucking do. We still all know he's one of the greatest. Like, what does that fucking matter? And he lost them to Terence Crawford, who we all now anoint and realize is basically the greatest fucking fighter of our generation. It's Floyd, and then now we have Terence Crawford. There's Inoue and a bunch that we could talk about, but at the end of the fucking day, that's the guy. So now Canelo, and he look, to be fair, look, Canelo lost, but he didn't look like shit. He didn't get knocked out. He still ain't never been knocked down. Now he still has quite a bit of aura, but none of the baggage. Yeah. He can fucking go. You know, look. What's the cat's name? Is it David Benavidez? Am I getting that right? Is that the guy that everybody's? So Canelo could say fuck it, go big dick, still get the fight with David Benavidez that we all think he's been fucking avoiding. So he's probably not going to get that. He could do that if he wanted to go crazy. He could fight Jake Paul now because he has no belts, he has no obligations. He could go get that money. He could fight Conor Ben or who was the European pricks that just did that fucking boxing match? It was Conor Ben and the Eubanks character.
David Eubanks.
Yeah. I might have been fucking the name though too. It might be Conor Eubanks. I don't know. You know, whatever. Whoever won. So there's all kinds of sexy fights that can get Canelo a lot of fucking money, and now he doesn't have those pesky titles. He doesn't have no mandatories. He doesn't have this or that. Like, that was actually a pretty great scenario for fucking Canelo, to be completely honest with you. Now it frees him up to go make all kinds of bread.
Yeah, no, 100%. And honestly, he could just fucking Canelo vs. Jelly Roll. God damn. Canelo took the defeat. He kept looking at the clock. Look, by the fourth round, Canelo knew he ain't have nothing for Crawford. Now, after that, he was just trying to land a knockout punch, and he couldn't even get close. So that was a very sobering thing. But again, he looked relieved afterwards. Like, I can go home, not have to answer no more fucking phone calls, no more media bullshit for nobody. I can go chill at my ranch in Mexico or wherever I want to go in the world. He can go anywhere in the world and fucking chill out and walk away with my $150 million plus paycheck I just grabbed for this fucking fight.
Oh God, he's probably close to a billionaire at this point. Canelo's made so much fucking money. And again, now he gets to sort of do whatever he wants. He's low-key been doing that fucking anyways, fighting Berlanga and fucking Munguia, this one and that one. He's been, let's be super clear. But now this was a really big fight. He fucked around, lost it. He didn't look like shit. This really opens up what Canelo can do and who he can fight moving forward. He'll be able to make a fuck ton of money. Like, this was not bad. This was pretty best case scenario for both of them, I would say, damn near.
Yeah, no, it was perfect. Honestly, it was good. And then, and honestly, I think Canelo probably fights a couple more times and then calls it. I don't think, he don't have to fight no more. He don't really look like he wants to fight much anymore. But let me give you one fight that I think is stupid as hell that I think is a possibility now that he has no belts. All right, and I don't know why I think of it, but it'd be kind of fun to watch. So Ilia Topuria called out Bud Crawford. Right. And Bud Crawford pretty much told him to go eat it. Right.
Yeah.
And today or yesterday, I think it was today, he put a tweet saying, basically calling out Bud Crawford again because Crawford walked out to his song and also this shit, whatever, which he was just trolling. You know how it is. And then he goes, and I have a round for Canelo too. And I'm like, wait a minute. You can forget about Bud Crawford. That Canelo fight's possible for you, though. If you really want that, if I'm Ilia Topuria and I'm serious about boxing for a fucking bag, I start looking at Canelo. I think he can get that fight.
So I'll tell you what. Last year, I went to Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah.
Now I don't know nothing about geography, Jack. And when I first heard when my old lady told me we was going to Spain, I thought that shit was in South America because of brown folks speaking Spanish and shit. I wasn't aware that it was in Europe. Long story short, before my highest forgets my point here, one of my best friends here is a Mexican dude named Alvaro. When I told him I was going to Spain, the first thing he said was, "Man, fuck Spain. Fuck Spain." I didn't know that the Mexicans and the Spanish had, and then it hit me. The reason Mexicans don't speak Mexican and the reason they speak Spanish is because they got conquered, and that's why y'all don't fuck. So all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit, they have had beef for millennia. So I think Illy needs a little, like Canelo's got the star power. Canelo can do it for sure and bring in a fuck ton of eyeballs. All due respect to Illy, I don't know if he's earned it in the way that Conor earned it with Floyd. Not yet. He's close and he's doing the right things. They could line that fight up. I just don't think it sells yet. It's close. And Canelo could still take a fight with anybody and lose it and still fight Illy and it be huge. Canelo's already there. Illy's on his way, but he's just not a household name in America just quite yet. Not like Canelo is. When Floyd fought Conor, man, it made sense because they were almost bringing equal fan bases. Floyd was still the A side, but Conor had, like, when Conor was at his peak, let's be super clear. Illy's a cute kid and he's got a lot, but he ain't peak Conor right now. Peak Conor was a crazy time to be alive, and Floyd has always just been fucking Floyd. So Canelo's kind of got that, what they had. Canelo is fucking Canelo at this point. He's there. Illy's not quite there to make that fight what it should be if they decided to do it. But we're close. I feel like Illy's like 2 big knockouts away. Let Illy knock out Makhachev or some shit like that. Like, let him knock out one more guy at 55, move up, knock out Makhachev at 70, if he could do it. Something crazy like that. And we might be, we could do it now, but I feel like Illy's not quite there yet.
Yeah, honestly, like, he knocked out Makhachev and get on the microphone. DC comes in, or Rogan, or whoever the fuck is in there for that one. And he just, like, he grabs the mic, Canelo!
Listen, when Conor went into the fucking Jose fight, he was really popular. Then he slept Jose the way he did, and things got out of control. Then he moved up and fought Eddie. Yeah. And he fucking looked fantastic and starched him and took that double belt and that's what got him the Floyd fight. He was huge after starching Jose. But moving up and then having that performance while already, that's what just catapulted him in that Floyd fight. You know what I mean? So Illy needs to do that. He needs to, like, start somebody else at 55, let Justin or somebody win a fight and get some hype, and then snuff them out real quick, move up to 70 and snuff out somebody else and just, top of the world, then call out, fuck, you might fuck around and get the Bud fight at that point. Because, I mean, you start getting it, you make enough noise in your own realm. I mean, that's how Conor got the Floyd fight. Yeah. Wasn't calling out other people. He just kept starching people in MMA to where the world was like, hey, Floyd, you might be in trouble, Jack.
Fuck it. No, so speaking of Mexico was Spain, whatever. When I was in Italy, in 2010, I went to Italy, right? And we're there, and we're in Rome. Right. And we just trying to find some food. We're starving. We find a Chinese food restaurant. I'm like, fuck it. It's not going to be great, but let's try it out. By the way, it was fucking great.
Right.
But
right.
We're sitting there and I hear this table speaking Spanish and they're doing the thing, right? The fucking list bullshit they do.
Yeah.
I don't even hate Spaniards, and instinct just tells me to go fuck with them. Anyway, but
their version of Spanish has a lisp to it, sort of.
Yeah, it's fucking lame as fuck. Anyway, but I'm sitting there and one of my friends is with me and we're speaking Spanish. We're speaking Mexican Spanish. We're both Mexican. They heard us, got up, and tried to start a fight with us in the middle of fucking Rome, bro. And I'm like, I told them, I was like, hey, just so we all know what's going on. First of all, we're gonna fuck you up, okay? But we're going to jail in Italy. Have you guys been to jail in Italy? Because I have not. I just need to know what I'm getting into here. Because we're all getting arrested, bro. We might even get thrown in the same cell and fight again.
Win, lose, or draw, we're all going to jail in a foreign country, boys. So let's make sure we know what we're doing here.
So let's make sure we know what we're doing. And so nobody knew. I was like, oh shit, I've never been there. And this one Italian guy gets up. He spoke a little bit of Spanish. He's telling us, he goes, you do not want to go to jail in Italy. He goes, they will put you in there, and just because they don't like you, they'll leave you in there for a week, and they'll be like, oh shit, there you are. Do you need to use the bathroom? The kind of shit. And I'm like, so then I talked to the Spanish, and I'm like, if y'all really want to do this, I'm ready to go into jail for a week plus. I don't give a fuck. Y'all really want, and they backed up so fast. And I'm not saying I punked them because I didn't. Because I low-key didn't want to fight either. As soon as I heard that those Italians don't give a shit, right?
Right.
I'm just like, I low-key, but I was like, I was, I was young and full of testosterone and shit. I'm ready to fight. These motherfuckers like, hey, let's just fucking whatever. And they fucked off, whatever. But it's 100% true. And again, I have no, before that, I didn't have much experience with Spaniards at all. But it's just the instinct to fucking fight them. It's the weirdest shit.
So I do think that fight could potentially be massive, but timing is fucking crucial in the fight game, and it has to be perfect. You don't want to wait too long, and you don't want to fire too soon. In my opinion, with Ilie Topuria right now, it's just a little too soon. It's not quite right yet. But sometimes you wait way too long, and we still miss the fight. I'm going to date myself tremendously here, but real ones and old heads will know once upon a time, Mirko Cro Cop was supposed to fight Randy Couture. And we thought, well, let's just let him fight this Brazilian grappler named Gabriel Gonzaga. Then we had to watch Randy Couture beat up Gabriel Gonzaga, which a fight nobody fucking wanted. We should have just done Cro Cop Couture, which is the fight that everybody wanted. We never got to see that fight to this fucking day because of that shit. Timing, ladies and gentlemen, timing. When the time is right, do the fucking fight. But don't rush it either because you can just do it too soon. And they could do Illy versus Canelo tomorrow, and it would do all right. But boy, if they can let Canelo marinate, maybe fucking again fight Jake Paul, knock Jake's funny ass out. Yeah. Let Illy get a couple big wins, high level joints to keep catapulting him there. That fight could be huge. It's not huge right now, though. Not yet.
Yeah, no, it's not at all. So we'll see what happens here. But either way, again, not the most competitive fight, but it was entertaining. Because we were trying to see what the fuck was going to happen. It was great.
Yes.
And then the other fight I liked in that car was the Martinez. What was the other guy's fucking name?
Whoa. Hold on. Slow down, man. Slow down. What? So, first off, before we get done with the Canelo Crawford fight, I just want to talk a little bit a couple things. It was on Netflix. I want to get your opinion overall. What did you think of just sort of it being on Netflix? This was only the second fight. The first fight was the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, which was sort of a bit of a joke anyways, to be completely fair. This was the first like real fight that we've seen broadcast on Netflix. We have the whole Turkey Al Sheik. I'm going to go into all that in just a minute, but just quickly, overall, what did you think about the event and like Netflix and Dana White and the whole fucking lot of it? How'd you think? What did you think of it?
I got a kick out of it. I was laughing. First of all, fuck Mario Lopez, bitch ass. All right. I don't know why the fuck his dumb ass was on my screen. I was just man, put him in the ring, smack him. Someone smack him around. That guy sucks. All right. Hey, look, guys. Yeah. Hey, remember, this is keyboard warriors. This isn't fucking all the other shit on Cageside Press where I'm just like, hey, nice and about everything. All right. Fuck Mario Lopez. But twice, tell him I said it. But he wants to fight. Come on, bitch. That was bullshit. What else was annoying as shit about it? Oh, it wasn't really annoying, but seeing those jackasses like ringside, like who's that one asshole that started his own Lunchables? He's like a multi-millionaire on YouTube.
Oh.
His name's Jimmy.
Mr. Beast.
That right? Fuckhead. That
Mr. Beast. I tell you what, I was annoyed at that, but I gotta tell. And listen, man.
Yeah.
First off, I don't even know where to go. I want to say so many things. I do appreciate that we've got all these big boxing matches. I ain't calling no motherfucker His Excellency, for starters. That's what I wanted to say. I want to start off with that. I do appreciate all that he's doing for the sport of boxing. Yeah. But this fucking Turkey Al Sheik prick, too. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, this fucking guy, as soon as the fight's over, there he is. He's got his fucking hand on the goddamn ref's shoulder with this stupid fucking head right over fucking in front of fucking Crawford's face. Man, move, motherfucker. I know you got more money than God and you basically paid for this whole fucking dog and pony show to happen. Get your funny ass out of the fucking way. You want to be in the ring? Fair enough. But get the fuck back, man. I can't stand seeing him, constantly interviewing him. There he is ringside, sitting next to fucking Jason Statham and goddamn cocksucking Mr. fucking Beast. But it's the fucking, and again, shout out to him for putting out $1 billion to make this whole thing happen. That being said, the fucking music. I don't know how many times we have to go through this on combat fucking sport events. Okay, first off, Jesus Christ almighty, just let me rant for a minute, boys. Let me go. First off, you're fucking 2 hours behind me and on the goddamn West Coast. So maybe you don't get the fucking point of this. But when the main event is about to start, just like when we get past everything, before what I'm about to say, the hideousness bullshit that happened, it's like fucking almost 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. So it's already late as fuck. Fight's finally about to start. You can't make this shit up. Two of the guys from the fucking band Tool. Yeah. So 2 members of Tool play a song or like 5 minutes of a song. So I assume that Terence Crawford is walking to the fucking ring. I don't know. I thought Tool was a weird thing, but he's from Nebraska, likes to fish. He's got a pickup truck. Maybe he's into white boy music. I don't know. Again, weird thing. So it's also, again, two members. It's Tool without fucking Maynard Keenan, whatever the fuck, the lead singer. He's the whole fucking point for Tool. So, okay, fair enough. They go off. Then the fucking mariachi band starts. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I guess Crawford slid by me somehow, but here comes Canelo, yeah? So then I see fucking Crawford walking out with the goddamn fucking guitar briefcase, like the fucking prick. Yeah. So, that was cool. But then the fucking performance from Tool made even less sense. And then after that, we get another fucking mariachi band with Canelo, which I got to say, for some reason, his band got so much stank taken out of it because Crawford had just done it. And then we had that weird, it was a very strange event. It took another half an hour to get both of them to the fucking ring. I thought the overall production and show was pretty good. DW knows what he's doing. Netflix has got the money to do it. The pacing was fucked as usual. And Jesus Christ all fucking mighty, if they don't fuck off with these live musical acts at combat sports events. We don't fucking want it. None of us. There might have been a few casual and again, the Tool thing is just the weirdest thing in the world. I think that's just Turkey flexing.
Oh, yeah.
I think Turkey's just like, nah, I kind of fuck with Tool anyway. So, Maynard's sick, whatever. You two bitches, come up. The guitars deserve it. Y'all just play some shit for me for about 5 minutes. I'll throw y'all like $500,000. A couple million. I don't give a shit. Right here. Here's a blank check. Write your stitch and sit. I want y'all to play for like shit. Because what the fuck were they playing for? What the fuck were two dicks from Tool playing a fucking musical interlude before Bud walks to the stage with his own fucking personal mariachi band, which ironically happens to be Ilya Taporia's walkout music. Again, Vince McMahon fucking panties are wet at the writing of this fucking shit. This is fucking insane to me.
No, it is fucking wild. No, but it is funny. Like, so real quick, let me get through a bunch of these comments. Sorry, guys. And Pearl says Desperado. You're 100% right.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Nate called out Crawford. Yeah, me too. Taporia versus Michael Canelo. Yeah, he's a better fighter than Connor's ever been, but doesn't have many controversies, so isn't as well known. That makes sense. The lead up took forever. That's the bullshit right there, right? The lead up, just like you said, the lead up took forever. The Tool thing, like you said, didn't make any sense. And then Canelo. Here's the thing about Canelo's mariachi. Like, cool. It was nice. Honestly, I love mariachi, so I can see. I know a good one when I see one, and it was dope. That was one of the better ones. However, the song choice was awful for a fight, bro. You got to go classic. You got to go something the entire crowd loves all at once, and it wasn't that. And that's why the energy fucking tanked. Well, I don't know what song you played, but it was, no, hell no. So anyway, and that's part of the WWE side of it. So anyway, they get in there like that, and it was just like, I don't know. But I'm with you on the timing, right? As soon as they started, like, the time started going, first of all, they said that they were going to walk out at 8 p.m. Pacific. That would have been 9, 10, 11 o'clock your time, right? Yeah. So I was like, damn, they're doing everyone a favor. Fuck no. The co-main event Barrett was like halfway through at 8 p.m. So it's like, okay. I said, that's when I tweeted out. I was like, thank God I'm on the West Coast, man. I sound like an old man, but thank God. Like, this thing's going to be over before midnight. And then by the end of the fight, it was like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. for y'all. I was like, damn. Yeah,
it was like close to 2 in the morning. Or it might have been 2 in the morning at the end of that fight. It was late as fuck on the East Coast, man. That was fucking completely fucking out of control.
Appreciate you, GM. But yeah, dude, it was fucking wild. So anyway, overall, what would you? Okay, as far as the Netflix goes, like, I was irritated with the Mr. Beast. Yeah, Mr. Beast, that douchebag. And then the thing that made me fall over. Okay, and then Mark Wahlberg, man, fuck you. Every single time you got something to fucking promote, you got to wear your stupid ass hat with the name on it and the shirt with the name on it. You look like a walking billboard, sir. All right, go do your 4 a.m. fucking workouts and shut the fuck up. All right, then what was the other one that made the thing that made? Oh, I fell over fucking laughing. Turkey had the belt, the ring belt, right? Cage side, ringside. Dana's to his left. Yeah. And this dude made Dana his belt bitch. He made him hold the belt. And Dana's in there looking irritated as shit, holding the belt for like half the fight before he realized, like, fuck this. And he put it down under his seat. I was dying. I was like, dude, that Saudi money will buy you anybody. Oh, yeah. Anybody and anything, dude. They even just bought the freaking WrestleMania. Like a bunch of WWE fans are pissed about that because they can't go.
Yep. Yeah, they're buying comedy. I mean, they're buying whatever the fuck they want to buy.
Bro. They're trying to make Abu Dhabi and all that stuff. Like they're trying to make that the Middle East like the entertainment capital of the world, and it's fucking working because money talks. So, yo, when you guys want to get mad about the Apex cards, you guys want to get mad about for example. Anthony Hernandez just fell out of the Ritter fight in Canada.
Oh shit! Did he?
He fell out. It's fucking Brendan Allen.
Oh fuck!
And it tanked. Everyone's pissed about it. Everyone hates that fucking match because no one wants to see Brendan Allen fight RDR. Excuse me. And so because this fight was supposed to be number one contender for sure.
Right.
The next guy for the title shot, right?
Right.
So that happened. So when you all want to bitch about this, go look up the next Abu Dhabi card and the last one, and tell me you aren't pissed at all the badass fights that are going over there.
Mm-hmm.
You mad if you want to, the money's there. So
yeah, money talks and bullshit walks. I mean, this isn't nothing new, but like they're definitely putting that fucking fucking saying to the test.
It's so funny. All right, let's talk. Real quick, let's give it a rating out of 10. What do you give this Netflix second go around for? I think second or third go around for a boxing event.
Well, so you mean like Netflix or Turkey and them promoting it? Because I thought Netflix did a really good job. I would say I would say like a fucking, about a 9 out of 10 for Netflix. I mean, because it's not Netflix problem that they had fucking Tool play a song for no reason, and then it went on until 8 in the morning and all that sort of bullshit like that. Netflix is just there for like the production, the cameras, the angles, the storytelling, which again, that's Dana White's job, but so it sort of almost looked like a UFC event kind of, but with the boxing fights and stuff. So I thought that part of it was done pretty good. Again, the pacing fucking sucked, and there was just overall extravagance for no fucking reason. But I think that was more Turkey than anybody else. So
rate that part of it. Rate Ring and Turkey and Zuva Boxing and Dana, the whole actual those guys. What do you out of 10? The whole thing.
I mean, again, on one hand, they got him in the ring, so you got to give a little bit of credit for that. The pacing sort of sucked. I mean, the promotion of the fight was decent. I'd still say like a fucking 8.5 or something. I mean, again, we still got a really good fight. Again, the fucking musical performers were not fucking needed at all. The pacing was a little shit. It was way too late on the East Coast. But we did, and again, I could do it with a little less fucking Turkey on the mic and in my face and all the fucking celebrities and shit. But like that didn't take away too much from the experience. If I'm being fair, it didn't. It wasn't horrible or no shit. We still got a really great fight between two all-time generational greats in their. Well, definitely not in their primes, but fucking. I mean, they weren't terribly over the hill at all. It was a really great fight. So.
In boxing, it's fucking rare as shit. You get anybody fighting anybody in their prime. They're trying to
right, or even fucking remotely close to it. So
Yeah, no, I agree with you on all that thing, man. I'm excited to see more Netflix boxing events. Those are fun.
Yeah.
That to me that makes it be like, hey, Paramount, step your shit up. You better not suck. Because we were hoping for Netflix, not for you. We were hoping for You came out of fucking nowhere, left field and shit. We didn't know we were even talking to you guys. So
I think Paramount's got the money though, and at the end of the day, the UFC is kind of a safe bet as a company to buy because they sort of do all their own shit. They're a built-in business that works and is proven effective. They'll go through ebbs and flows depending on how popular certain fighters are at the time. But they're eventually, if there's a really great fighter on planet Earth, they'll probably make their way to the UFC, and the UFC will eventually get that talent, and they'll know what to do with it when they get it. So it's like, I don't think much is going to change, but that's sort of a good thing. I mean, obviously, we can sit here and nitpick the UFC, and we can do things a little differently. But at the end of the day, one good thing about them is they sort of usually keep the same formula, like fucking production-wise. It's always the same event that we all sort of know and love at this point.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Noche UFC, dude. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about there than the main event.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Because to me, I mean, it's like the third straight L for the fucking fight nerds. First it was Mauricio Rufi, Caio Bahayo, and now the guy that everybody thought was going to be the guy with them gets fucking murked. That was wild.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, man. I mean, John Silva's a fucking aggressive fucking offensive fighter, offensive striker. He gets after it. He has no problem.
This fucking dude fighting turds. Come on, man.
That's to be expected. That's to be expected.
Otis, you can't replace dog. Come on, man. No, it was wild, dude. And you know, Diego Lopes showed that he wasn't that guy that lost to completely the guy that lost to Volkanovski. I mean, dude, to me, I see two different things here, right? To me, it's either all right. He just fell short last time out. He's better than what he showed. He's gonna be better if he fights him again. Great. Or, and I'm not calling Volkanovski John Jones, but this looks like it might be a John Jones and a DC thing, right? Like DC said recently, he goes, "Hey man, if I wasn't beating John Jones, ain't nobody beating John Jones." Right? Yep. This seems like maybe that to me. I don't know. But what do you think of Diego Lopes' win over John Silva?
Listen, it was very impressive. But we know that Diego Lopes can fucking crack. We know he's a devastating striker. Like, we do know these things about him. I picked John Silva going into the fight. I thought that I was, I was getting a little sort of Anderson Silva, Vitor Belfort vibes a little. I thought maybe Jean Silva could play the outside and fuck him up a little bit. And I'll be honest, I still think he could potentially do that. Yeah. Look, one thing about MMA at the highest level, and this is, you can say this for most sports to be fair, but I think especially more than anything, even boxing or anything, MMA is a sport of inches. Mm-hmm. And at the highest level, one tiny mistake, man, you don't get a third or a fourth quarter. I thought John Silva actually looked decent in the fight. Obviously, when he got taken down and mounted, that was no fucking bueno. But we all knew that if the fight hit the ground, he would have a noted disadvantage there. So fair enough. But on the feet, I thought he looked fine. And then he caught the big fucking spinning back elbow from hell. And when you're fighting the guy who's got some serious power, and you bob when you should have weaved, and he fucking mollywops you, and you start leaking like a fucking open faucet. And the thing about fucking Diego Lopes, he has fucking great killer instinct. So soon as he rocked him and hurt him, he jumped on him. Pop, 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 pop. I mean, the fucking fight was over. Really, I mean, don't get me wrong. The ref, I don't think it was an early stoppage. He gave John a little bit of time to possibly make something happen. Yeah. But Diego was on him like white on rice, fucking thunder striking the fuck out of him. I mean, Jean Silva's a tough guy, but when you get your goddamn bell rung and then somebody jumps on you, I don't give a fuck how tough you are. You just don't get a fucking moment to come back to. Diego was fucking just rocking him, dog. He didn't get a chance to even slightly recover. Good stoppage. Diego's a fucking animal. And if, again, I think John Silva, that's not like, certain fights, sometimes you watch it and afterwards you're like, he was just better. Like, for instance, my daughter, is on a soccer team, and her and her team are fucking badass. They were 6-0 going in to play this other team. Long story short, they ended up losing the game. But I ain't a big soccer fan, but there was a couple things that went wrong for them. So afterwards, it's like, okay, y'all could beat them. Y'all lost this game legitimately, but these two things would have changed the trajectory of that game, and y'all could have won it. There's been teams that they played this season that they beat the dog shit out of. Yeah. Now, there are people should be telling that's just that y'all just got smoked. We got a lot of work to do. I don't think this was that for John Silva. He ate a big one. He needed to be more careful with Diego until the later rounds potentially, because he just got too cute with Diego's power. He ate a big one, and, the fight was over before he even knew it. You know what I mean? Like, with a guy like that, you can only make one mistake, and he made it, and that was the end of it. I thought he was fighting a pretty decent fight right up until the moment where he ate that spinning back elbow, and then again, 15 seconds later, the fight was fucking over. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was game, dude. It was really wild. So, end of the day, it was another Noche card. It was, honestly, and I can say this because we had someone there in attendance. It felt like the UFC phoned it in pretty big time with this one. The fact
listen, they were
Yeah.
It was on the same night as fucking Canelo Crawford. They sort of had to.
They were trying so hard to get that event done as quickly as possible so it wouldn't bleed into Canelo.
Yeah,
and it was a good hour-long gap between, so it worked out. But a couple hour gap, but still. Either way, is what it is, folks. Another UFC card down and over with. Nothing this weekend. I think the next one's next weekend. That's the fuck card is it? Let me see. Hold on a second. Orberg versus Reyes in Perth. Yeah. And then, geez, check out this co-main event. Junior Tafa Ibo is Aslan.
Well, that's a local co-main. That's a local fight.
Why the fuck is that a 7 p.m. main card start for me, and that'd be like a 10 p.m. for you? That's bullshit.
The card in Australia?
Yeah, no one's watching that shit. Why is that?
This is what people put up with. The Australians have let them know that they will just go to events at 10 in the morning. So the UFC is like, all right, well, cool. They don't complain. They just show up at 10 in the morning on a Sunday. Man, if I was in Australia, I'd be saying, fuck that, Jack. We ain't showing up at motherfucking 10:30 in the morning for an event. Fuck that. Just so y'all can watch it at fucking 10 o'clock at night back home. Piss on that.
Whenever they're that far overseas, I'm like, damn, that's fucking awesome. Breakfast place for me. Nope.
Yeah. Nah, try to keep it at the same time and just make the Australians come early in the morning. They be fucking with Australia.
I'm telling you, man. I'm waiting to see. Okay, wait, I don't know. I had nothing else written down other than those two fucking fights to talk about. But judging off of this weekend, or maybe like the past few months, do you have a feeling Dana's kind of like burnt out with UFC, or just maybe too excited about boxing to you kind of be like all hands on deck with UFC? Because it feels like he kind of just like barely cares.
Well, I think he's probably spreading himself thin, but he's got a lot going on right now. Excuse me. He's got this slap boxing shit, which again we all think, at least I know me and you think is the stupidest thing on earth. But he's heavily invested in that for whatever reason. He had this massive boxing match. I think he's putting a lot of energy into his boxing thing that he's launching in 2026. And then there's that White House card. I think that White House card is his new sphere. I think that's like, even now, has a lot of his attention to try to make that happen and make it a big deal. And then also, to be fair, the UFC is sort of in a slight lull right now. I mean, who's the biggest attraction in the UFC right now, pay-per-view wise? Is it Khamzat Chimaev? I mean, let's take John Jones and Conor McGregor off the table for the sake of argument, because I mean they are hypothetically, but let's just say they're not there. And we're talking about selling pay-per-views. I'm not talking about skill or this, that, or the other thing. We're talking about eyeballs, the UFC, the highest level of MMA in the world. What's the most popular, biggest fight they can make right now? Is it Khamzat and Islam? Who is it? Is it Islam and Illy?
That one, Islam Illy. Because you think I would have told you Khamzat Islam before he fought DDP. Okay, being in the arena and watching that fight go down, all of us were sitting there going like, "All right, closing it in real quick." 5 fucking rounds later, we're like, "Bro, you were on top of him. Beat the shit out of him. Let's go." Not even try.
Yeah.
It was the wildest shit. And so after that fight, I'm like, fuck no, I don't give a shit about. Honestly, I do not care about Khamzat. If he fights like that, like the whole point about Khamzat was he's a psychopath, comes in and tries to destroy you in the first minute if he can, right? The fact that he didn't do that to me is like, so what the fuck we have you for, bro? Just another fucking dude from just another dude from Chechnya that can wrestle? Awesome, great. Ooh, Dagestan, whatever. But okay, awesome. We have like 18,000 of you and 100,000 more at PFL, bro. We could use one of those guys. Like, you were supposed to be the fucking killer here. The killer. You just want to destroy DDP. You hugged him for 5 rounds.
So that being said, you could make an argument that the UFC is in kind of a lull right now. If the biggest fight they can make is Ilie Topuria and Islam, and that's if we're just playing matchmaker, like literally that's the biggest fight, because that's not a huge fight. Don't get me wrong, for us hardcore dicks it is. But if that's even the biggest fight that the UFC could do, pop cult, like that's the best they got right now, that's actually not that fucking great. That's because that's not really a fight that would would capture the imagination of your common everyday Joe. Like that really, maybe a tiny bit, but they'd have to really pull out the promo machine for that one. That's no fucking Canelo Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I've never heard of this fight being a possibility. I've never heard of being rumored or even talked about. Merab versus Illy. Maybe I just didn't hear it. But they're first of all, they're brothers. They're like homies. There's not gonna happen. But
well, again, if we're talking about selling pay-per-views or getting eyeballs, again, Merab just ain't that dude either. It would be an interesting fight, but as far as like selling tickets and like biggest fight that the UFC can make to get your common everyday dick at the bar talking, I mean, I hate to say it, and this is a sad thing to say, but Jake Paul might well be more popular than anybody the UFC has right now.
I wonder.
I mean, we're talking about.
They never release accurate numbers though. Those motherfuckers. We don't really know.
So let's talk about that for a moment. We got a few minutes here before we end out. Jake Paul's going to box Gervonta Davis. Now, I will give fucking Jake Paul this. Now, barring a couple fights, he did the Tyson fight, which I knew then you didn't fool me there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then he boxed Chavez Jr., which was like, well, I didn't really give a shit. That one wasn't too sexy. I didn't watch that fight live. I waited to hear the result. Jake did what you thought he would. No, okay, fair enough. Now he gets a fight with Gervonta Davis. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this was fucking genius.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why this is genius. Because the best fights in general are when we, Joe Blow Dickhead public, go into it and we can argue amongst it. Now, on one hand, you'd think it's Gervonta fucking Davis. The jig is up, baby. This is not an aged fucking boxer who has not boxed at the highest level in 10 years. It's not an ex-MMA guy. This is a fucking high-level boxer. Right, I wouldn't say he's in his prime, but a fucking champion in boxing right now who's been boxing his whole life. But he's 3.5 feet tall. He weighs 67 pounds and he's 3.5. So now on one hand, again, it's easy to pick Tank, but Tank's a fucking tiny guy. Jake Paul, this has to be an exhibition because they literally cannot find a weight class that's even close enough for them. So I'll be goddamn if Jake Paul didn't do it again. I did it again. I can't wait to watch this fucking fight. On one hand, I assume Tank's going to corner him and fucking knock him out and finally give us all in the combat sports community what we've been yearning for all these fucking years, to see Jake fucking tits up, snoring, not fucking knocked down, not hurt, but knocked the fuck out. But then I think Jake is fucking huge and Tank is fucking tiny. Again, we're talking about a 25-35er fighting essentially a light heavyweight. Now, to be fair, this light heavyweight is no John Jones or Canelo Alvarez. So that's what makes me think that, okay, let me ask you, what happens in the Gervonta Davis-Jake Paul boxing match? How the fuck do you see that going?
I don't even think it ends up happening personally. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. But in terms of that fight alone, Gervonta Davis has, everyone's just like going off of the power, the bravado, and all that. I think it's going to look sort of like the Canelo fight looked in terms of Gervonta being able to just outquick Paul. Like, it's going to look kind of funny when Paul swings his massive, overhand right or whatever to knock him out, and fucking Gervonta Davis is in a different zip code at that point. Like, he's going to be fucking gone. It's going to be hilarious. He's going to be swinging in the air. I think Gervonta's going to go in to make him look silly.
Do you think this is it then? Do you think Jake is finally bitten off more than he can chew, and this one's going to cost him?
More. I mean, he's going to lose. I think he loses by decision probably, but I think it's going to be more that he looks stupid.
So what you think he loses by decision? You don't think Gervonta can knock Jake out just because of the size difference?
I think he'll try early on and realize like, oh, fuck that, and just move around. Because I'll give Jake credit. Like, just like you say, he's way bigger, probably stronger, right? He lands a big shot on Gervonta. Hey, he lands a big shot on Gervonta. It don't matter. Those are 18 different. They have like 30 weight classes between them. It's gonna be fucking ugly if he gets hit. I'm not gonna say Gervonta's gonna get knocked out, but he's gonna feel that power and be like, oh, fuck that. I'm gonna use that defense. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be like that.
Crazy.
Honestly, that's what I think. I don't think if Gervonta goes in there, look, if he lands on him, he can't knock him out. But
I think Gervonta sleeps him.
I hope so.
I know I've thought that before, but I feel like Gervonta has power, and I know power don't always travel here or there. We just watched the Canelo fight, so you could argue that maybe Crawford's power didn't quite, he won the fight, but maybe like the reason he didn't really hurt Canelo bad or get the finish or anything was because his power didn't quite translate. Yeah. But I feel like I think when it comes to getting knockouts or even just like really hurting some of your days in them, obviously having raw power helps, a la fucking, Hagler.
Yeah.
But one of our best knockout artists in MMA history was Anderson Silva. I would argue, don't get me wrong, I'm sure Anderson got a little stank on him when he thunderstruck you. But when Anderson was in his prime, I would argue he was knocking dudes out by pinpoint accuracy. It wasn't a lot of power. It's just that he was putting them shots right on the money. I feel like Tank can get close and just just fucking mollywop Jake because he's fucking Tank. It's like, I feel like maybe, and this is why I got to hand it to Jake. This is brilliant of him because you're right. He's big. And I'm like, am I wrong? But I'm thinking, okay, who's he fought? Yes, he's fought a boxer, but it was fucking Tommy Fury, not fucking Tyson Fury, but Tommy Fury. He fought fucking, not Julio Chavez, but Chavez 3 or whatever the fuck, not Nate Diaz in MMA, but Nate Diaz in boxing, and not Mike Perry in bare knuckle, but he's always, but this is the one, motherfucker. I know Tank is small, but Tank is a real champion level boxer with real fucking power as a boxer. I feel like this is where the rubber meets the road. I know Jake might be able to survive for a minute, but I just feel like he eventually corners Jake and Jake bobs when he should have weaves and Tank is going to fucking, and maybe I'm just having fantasies, but I feel like Tank fucking sleeps him, dude. He's just, Tank is again, this is the first time we're going to see, I know there's a massive size disparity, obviously. This is the first time we're going to see Jake in there with a real fucking boxer. I know fucking Chavez used to be, and Tommy Fury's a pro or whatever, but Gervonta fucking Davis, what the fuck? This dude is the highest of levels, man. He's basically fighting a tiny Bud Crawford. Like Gervonta's really, really fucking good, man. Not like kind of good, not like was good in 2018. Yeah, like right fucking now, man. That is fucking, this is wild, Jack.
I'm with you. That's a good point, man. Shit. I hope we see it, dude. I hope we see a knockout like that because it was about goddamn time, honestly. We're all kind of tired of it.
That's what I mean. It's please. But I mean, that fight is probably bigger than anything the UFC could do right now, and that is fucking sort of telling. So maybe
you're right.
Maybe that's why DW. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do think that things will eventually sort of figure their way out of it. You'll have your up and coming stars and shit. It always does. But right now, the UFC is really lacking on legitimate fucking breakthrough stars.
All right, folks. We're plenty to talk about, man. We're out of time here. Let's go through like the rest of these comments and we're gonna get out of here.
All right.
JM says we need some characters in the UFC. There's not a lot of guys with pop right now.
Yeah,
not wrong at all. 100%
that's
true.
Fact, man. That's a fact.
100% true. Alex is the closest thing that megastar that they have. I'll go with that.
It's a good point. I forgot about Pereira. You might be able to Pereira Aspinall. Again, again, timing is crucial with these things. Pereira Aspinall could potentially, like right now, it's fun, but it ain't huge. If they both get a couple big wins, that could potentially be a big fight. But we're sort of grasping at straws, man. Again, if you were alive for the Conor era, or even like the Anderson Silva or the George St. Pierre era, I forget, man. A lot of these cats watching maybe weren't like really watching the sport at those times, man. There was times where the sport was just fucking electric, and there's not really guys like that right now.
I mean, GSP, to James' point, GSP only took the Nick Diaz fight because Nick Diaz beat the dog shit of BJ Penn in front of him and said a bunch of shit about him. And GSP lost his fucking mind. That's the only reason that fight ever happened. That fight was not supposed to happen. You saw it in Dana's face in the post fight. He was like, if Nick needs the motivation, he's got it. He's gonna fight George St. Pierre. He didn't want that fight to fucking happen. So it is what it is. Where we got I went to Usman Buckley at ATL and tickets for Jake Paul like 3 times as much. Your buying power has to outbuy the parents for the kids to fucking go to that shit. They had Mayweather versus Big Show. Yeah, I remember that bullshit. You remember? He he gets in a step stool and he punches. He hits Big Show. Big Show dropped, and all of us fell over laughing because like, bitch, boy didn't hit that hard. Get out of here with that shit. Yeah,
I mean, there are definitely limitations to the shit.
Davis will be paid to lose. Like every, I want to be surprised. All right. It's gonna do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are the shit. You can follow my brother at Gen Jesus. Just literally get that, put it in front of it. I'm at Elaw32 on Twitter. At Cageside Press for everything and everything, all kinds of coverage and all kinds of shit. We haven't done a show in a fucking minute. I almost forget my fucking script without the outro. But one thing I never forget, we love the fuck out of you guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Good night. Good night, Wilshire.